Well, it could soon be a lot easier for high school students in Montgomery County, Maryland, to cut class in order to participate in political protests, just like some students from that same county did following the 2016 election.
The school board is expected to approve a proposal allowing public high school students to take as many as 3 excused absences to protest and take part in other forms of civic engagement during the school day.
Joining us now, University of Maryland professor Jason Nichols. Welcome.
Thank you, Rachel.
So tell me why you think this is a good idea, that kids should be able to get out of school to do protests.
So first, I think we need to make a distinction between a protest and other forms of civic engagement. I think civic engagement is going to make them better stewards of our values and better citizens. And I think that that's part of experiential learning, which we know is very beneficial for a lot of kids. One of the things that we're missing is making them better citizens. Now, as far as protest, I actually in some ways agree with you that I don't think that you always seek the permission of an institution in order to protest. That takes power away from the protest. So I actually think that if they're going to protest, part of it is that you have to accept the consequences of going to protest, and I think that's a good thing.
So in your mind, something like a Trump rally, a Tea Party rally, a pro-life or pro-choice rally, any one of those would qualify for civic engagement?
No, I wouldn't say that those are civic engagement. I would say that those are closer to rallies and protests.
Yeah, but who decides that then? I mean, that's where the concern comes in. So you're now deciding, or the school board's deciding, what is a protest or a civic engagement. Why not just let the parents decide? And a parent decides there's something more worthy of their child's time, they pull them out.
Pete, I think civic engagement can be going and volunteering in your community, handing out food at a soup kitchen. No, that's civic engagement.
Right.
A political protest is a protest. And I think you have to accept the fact that there are going to be consequences to skipping school or going out of school for a political protest. I think that that's very different than civic engagement.
Okay, Jason, hold on real quick. Let's just put up there, we have a little bit of the policy from the Montgomery County Board of Education. It says students, families, and board members expressed interest in supporting student participation in civic activities without impact on their attendance status continues. In order to expedite the implementation of these revisions, the public comment period for this policy will be limited to 30 days until Sunday, December 16th, 2018. And so let me just translate this into a little bit of reality. Montgomery County is a fairly liberal part of the Washington, D.C. metro area. How does this not just simply translate into protesting President Donald Trump out front of the White House?
Griff, I don't think that that's what they're encouraging at all. I think what they're saying is that we are going to allow students to step out of the classroom and learn in different environments. As far as the protests, like I said, I agree with you. If you're going to a protest, part of one of the things that Dr. King once said was that, you have to accept the consequences of a protest. So I think that if you're going to step out, you have to be okay with the fact that you are going to have to deal with an absence on your record.
So, Jason, I generally fall on the side of letting parents decide. I'm a political spouse. I take my kids out all the time for civic and political events. I think they learn a lot from it. I generally like the idea of letting them do that. I would feel a lot better about it if I knew that American history and civics were being properly taught in the school classroom, so that then they could actually decide what is worthy of protest or not with an intelligent, well-informed mind.
Yeah.
Right, and I think that, of course, we need better education. I think that I have to give a shout out to our educators out there. I think they actually do a really good job at teaching civics, but I think we can always be better.
Jason, our viewers
There's a
are
lot of indoctrination out there. As a parent, I disagree.
But we got to shut this off because we're running out of time. Thank you, Jason, for joining us today.
Thanks, Jason.